You ready?
I'm wearing my Barkley jersey, obviously.
You know we're live, right?
Oh, you are?
Welcome everybody to the
Yeah!
to the Picks Podcast, Week 12.
Woo!
I started it, and then I was like, I wonder if he's gonna notice. Well, obviously
Oh,
you're not
yeah,
gonna
I did
notice.
notice.
I have
You
the
see
stream
this?
deck open.
You see the Barkley jersey with the old logo? Because I
Ooh,
got it right when he signed. I got it
ooh,
custom. I had that much faith in Barkley. I took him 101.
custom
That
made,
big money
baby.
league. I love Saquon.
He did pretty well this week, I would say.
Yeah, my girlfriend's not in the room. He's pretty close. But, I mean, obviously, I love my girlfriend more. But she's not in
What?
the room. Don't say that. What?
Oh.
I love Saquon a
I
lot.
see.
And she's not here.
Kyle, the KBT streak comes to an end.
And the KBTs. If only Kyle
unfortunate.
Shanahan and the 49ers actually reported injuries properly.
Bro, we failed you guys. That's our bad.
Ah.
Won't happen. We're not gonna make this a regular thing.
Don't worry, guys. We have a KB feast coming
Ooh,
later in the pod, so stay tuned.
spicy. I feel like the Niners had every opportunity to at least cover, too. Like it was
but like
it was
the Niners, I feel like is their Super Bowl window over? I think it is. But we could talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but maybe it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I went 8-5 this week, which if that's gonna be a down week for me, I'm cool with that. I mean, this week was tough. I lost a couple. Like I picked the Bears over the Vikings. That one was close. I picked the Commanders, which nobody saw coming. I picked the Texans. A couple of my friends did pick the Titans actually. Which I guess that one's not too far fetched, but I lost that one. Bro, I was so close to picking the Browns too.
I
should have done it. I should have done it. I should have done it. I thought about it for like a couple hours, and I'm like, I don't know. They suck. Their O-line is trash. And then the weather conditions played right into their hands. Crazy.
Yeah. What a game.
But I think I got everything else right. I think there was one more loss in there, but 8-5. Not great, not terrible. So we'll take it. I wanted to give a small update on the hoodies. Actually, I wanted to thank the following people. Because we ended up getting 19 orders. On the hoodies. You guys killed it. Our goal was like 13, and we got 19. So those are going to be in a couple of weeks. So I did say the text on the shoulder that says picks was supposed to be embroidered. Turns out they did not list a pricing option for the embroiderment, and they wanted to charge me $10 extra a hoodie, and I told them to go take that money and shove it up their butt. So it'll be printed on there.
It'll the big man.
It'll look cool though. It'll look cool. Trust me. I won't be delivering anything that looks shoddy, or if it's not up to my standards, I will get it fixed. But everything else with the service has been great. So second week of December, I think, is when we're expecting them. So stay on the lookout. Tony, Kenny, John, Liz, John Sr., Sam, Ben, Aaron, Mr. and Mrs. Kyle, Connor, Sam, Rock, Bait, Eric, and Gombus. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate the support. We're going to get those hoodies to you as soon as they come in. Thank you again. We appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Let's get into some news real quick. Why don't we? On Friday, the Giants released quarterback Daniel Jones per his request. The Giants are set to take on over $20 million in dead money by releasing Jones from the team. His record as a Giant was 24, 44, and 1.
If only the Giants had like a really good running back.
You know, Saquon had more yards than the Giants did as a team this week.
And this season.
What?
The season.
He has more yards as
Saquon Barkley's rushing total for the season is more than the Giants' entire team.
More total yards?
Yeah. Also, I don't think the Giants have had their bye.
Well, you just blew my stat out of the wall. Is that actually true?
Yes, it is true. The Giants have had their bye.
There's no way that's true. There's no way. What? No, Kyle. You're tripping.
I'm capping. I'm capping.
You're tripping, dude. You're tripping.
If you just count the running backs, take the quarterbacks out.
You're tripping.
Less.
He did have more yards. He did have
Oh,
more.
wait.
No, dude, you're tripping. You're tripping. You're tripping. That's not true.
I'm looking it up. I'm confirming. Yes, it is true.
That's
Barkley
not
currently
true.
has 1,392 rushing yards in 2024. The New York Giants have 12,775 rushing yards this year.
Oh, you meant rushing yards. You said total yards,
Yeah.
bro.
No,
That's why I
no,
said
no,
you're
no, no.
capping.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I
Rushing
said
yards.
no. He had more total yards than the
No,
entire
yes,
New York
yes,
Giants
yes,
football team this week. That's a true
That
stat.
is true. I messed up.
That's crazy. Not for the year. Yeah, obviously for the.
Yes, I messed up.
That makes sense as a team total. I believe you there.
Yes.
So what's next for Daniel Jones? I heard he wants to sign with a contender. Maybe the Eagles. Maybe.
I think he wants to still start, but I don't know where the hell that's gonna happen.
He's not
Maybe
gonna
he just
start.
might wait until somebody gets hurt.
He's not going to start anywhere. I don't think he's going to start anywhere, to be perfectly honest. I don't
I
think
know
he
the
can.
Raiders said
Who would take
he could
him?
start it for the Raiders.
What
but he
contender-
doesn't want to play for a shitty team?
Yeah, what contender needs a quarterback? A starting quarterback.
You could art maybe the Vikings, but I don't think so.
No. They're fine. They're chilling. It seems like the Giants locker room kind of had his back though. When I was going over my some of the reviews, I think there was an anonymous player that was like, it's not the quarterback, it's not the team. You could point the finger in any one direction and it would be correct. So it seems like the team kind of had his back. He shouldn't have been extended. We all know this. That money should have gone elsewhere. And I think the Giants
That win against the Vikings in the playoffs. I've said this 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Set them back 5 years.
I think the Giants did the right thing though by biting the bullet. I think they were gonna have to anyway, and why wait? You know.
I agree, and as we said last week, it was all financial, because they would pay him money if he fell.
Well, it sucks too because he was like unceremoniously benched as well.
Yeah,
which doesn't
for
make
the
a whole
money
lot
thing,
of
and
sense.
then they cut him because they were gonna lose the locker room.
Yeah.
They cut him to like set him free, do goodbye him, and then they were like, "Oh, okay." Well, now he's
Exactly.
like out of the building.
Exactly.
So
Daniel Jones, the story of DJ continues elsewhere. To be determined.
to be determined.
Let's get some Jet stuff going on too. Rodgers says he still wants to play in 2025, but he's not sure if it's going to be for the Jets. Although today on McAfee, Kyle told me he does want to play.
He does want to play in 2025, and the Jets would be his preferred choice.
But would they though? But would they though? But would they though? I have no idea.
I personally subscribe to the theory that he personally joined the Jets and destroyed them to get back at Woody Johnson for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Because Aaron Rodgers is anti-vax.
He's anti-vax.
I think that's the only thing that makes sense.
His name's
or
Johnson.
He's just like an egotistical bitch, which that's also really high possibility.
His name is Johnson, therefore he's evil.
Well, no, he owns Johnson & Johnson, bro.
No, I get it. I'm just saying his name is Johnson, so he's evil.
He's evil.
I find it funny. I find it funny in my headcanon if Rodgers didn't even know that and he just like, oh, he's Johnson.
He just Johnson. He didn't even know he was the owner.
Yeah. Did you see the thing with Woody Johnson? With the helicopter.
Yes,
Woody Johnson, he landed his helicopter on the field in the middle of the Jets morning practice on Tuesday, and Joe Douglas is standing there and he turns to interim head coach Jeff Ulbrich and he's like, "If they pull me off the field, it's been a pleasure serving with you." And then they laughed about it, and then 3 hours later, they fired Douglas.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I also heard Rex Ryan to the Jets potentially. I heard he's campaigning for that on a bunch of.
It's just the talking media. There's no
various podcasts. We'd love to have him on and talk about it, Rex, if you're listening.
I would love to have Rex Ryan if he's listening.
Ooh.
Make it happen. Our audience.
I don't think that would be a good option. I don't think so. I mean, in the world of the Jets, he's a successful coach, but we all know that didn't end well. So.
No, and he wasn't even that good in Buffalo afterwards.
No, he wasn't that good in Buffalo either. You're right. All right, a couple more things. Demarcus Robinson, Rams wide receiver, was arrested early Monday morning, just hours after the Rams lost to the Eagles on Sunday Night Football on suspicion of a DUI. Robinson was reportedly going over 100 miles an hour and refused to take a sobriety test. I'm surprised the Chiefs let this guy go. He's perfect there.
Yep.
Seems
like, why, if you're an NFL player making millions of dollars, do you decide to drink and drive?
Yeah, like in all seriousness,
it's for us lowly folk, you know.
In all
that just want a little
seriousness,
bit of
don't
excitement
fucking
in our
drive
life.
drunk.
Just kidding, don't drink and drive at all.
Don't be an
Not
idiot.
funny.
But like, I don't get it, because doesn't the NFL have like a program where they give you a ride
They
for
do.
free?
They
Like
all
any
do.
time, any hour of the day, you can
But
just
they
get a
choose
ride.
it anyway. It's
It's
ridiculous.
crazy, dude. It's crazy.
It's
I
a shame. I hope he never plays in the league again.
I don't think the Rams or anybody on Robinson's team released a statement yet. At least not that I've seen.
Hopefully the Rams cut him. I mean, he's a pretty good 3, but like this is unacceptable behavior.
No. Kyle, the officials are at it again. Let me set the scene for you, okay? Bears Vikings. Jordan Addison catches a ball, runs down the sideline, scores a touchdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they ruled.
Oh my god!
Did you see this?
I just remembered this.
So they ruled.
What is this?
They ruled Jordan Addison out of bounds on a play he scored on because the definitive angle on the camera that showed him in bounds was a camera that's positioned down the boundary of the field. They call it a boundary camera, right? And because every NFL stadium doesn't have this boundary camera, they're not allowed to use that camera angle in determining the ruling of the play. Why aren't boundary cameras in every NFL stadium? Like, what are we doing? Why can we see on the TV that he's in bounds and then they can't reverse it? I don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't understand. It's just, it's asinine. It's crazy to me.
This is a $1 billion organization. They cannot standardize the
Put
cameras.
a fucking camera on down the sidelines. That should be.
It's like they have the camera for like the Kyle Pitts like almost fumble that the Jets later did
Yeah.
the following week. Like, why don't they have like billions of cameras?
What's a boundary camera cost? A couple thousand? You're making billions every year. Like, come on.
Just have like a drone fly over the ball.
It's crazy
Why can't
that
they
they're
just do that.
It's crazy that they're allowed to show that on the broadcast too. Like, oh yeah, here he is inbounds, but like we can't use that.
We can't use this camera because
it's
other
too high
stadiums-
tech.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Yeah, it really pisses me off. I had to get that out there. I mean, this is just. I mean, what are we doing? Like, this isn't 19. This ain't 1980 anymore. Like, come on, figure it out.
Ridiculous.
All right, let's get into some action. Let's go to Thursday night. I love snow games. And the Browns apparently do as well. Actually, the Browns apparently love Thursday night because since 2009, they're 9-0 on Thursday night. I didn't know that.
That's absolutely nuts, actually.
Crazy. Even though their win percentage is like 348 during that time period, like since 2009. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the snow just started coming down all of a sudden, didn't it? Within like
within
10 minutes, it was a whiteout.
I saw like the one meme, and it was like a photo of like it before like the snow was really falling, and it was like all the snow.
Yeah.
And it was like these were taking 2 drives from each other.
No, it was like 10 minutes.
Popped up out of nowhere.
It was like 10 minutes apart.
You know what the most L take of all time is? The people that say like, "Oh, football, every stadium should be a dome." Oh.
No, dude, are you kidding me?
People make that take. Biggest
I
L take
love
of all time.
The greatest thing about football.
Love snow games.
The greatest thing about football, or one of the greatest things about football, in my opinion, is that it doesn't matter what's going on outside unless it's like a hurricane or lightning. They'll play in anything. I love that.
Yes.
Adapt. It's all about adapting.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yes, exactly.
Level the playing field.
I gotta talk about Jameis Winston, man. Did you see anything?
Did you see his pre?
Bro, so during the pregame,
it's a God blessing to play in the snow.
No, he goes. So during the pregame, a reporter asked Jameis. He goes, "What does it take to beat the Steelers?" And he replied, "The horse is preparing for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. So I'm dependent on the Lord tonight." And she's like, "Is that the message to the team?" And he's like, "Day by day, one play at a time. That's the message. Like, and he's like laughing during the whole thing. He's like trying to keep a straight face. He's like, I'm like, the dude is wild, man. And then in the locker room, yeah, I think what you were talking about was in the locker room. He was like,
No, it was
call
right
your
before he
auntie.
got on the field. The snow speech.
I didn't think I saw that. No, like, but in the locker room, he was running around the locker room and he was like, call your auntie, call your cousins, call your people and tell them, watch me, I'm on TV. He's like, they're all like just sitting there like listening to their music and just looking at this guy like screaming his head off. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No, and what was it after the game? After the game, he was like, "This morning when I woke up, I was on FaceTime with my girl, and my boys were going to school, and my boy was eating the snow, and I thought, what a wonderful thing it would be to eat some snow if we got this win. So I'm definitely gonna eat some snow today." Like, I don't know if he wants people to talk about him, but if he does, he's doing a great job because I'm talking about him. I have no idea if he's just that. I think he's just that, like, psychotic, to be honest.
Dude, I love him.
Dude went airborne on that 4th and goal, though, huh? On the touchdown.
Oh my god, that was
That
nuts.
was
He had like
crazy.
the mic battery flying in the
Yeah,
air.
dude. He topsy turvied into the end zone. So the Browns won 24-19. Honestly they kind of stymied the Steelers passing attack, which has been pretty prolific in these last.
I think also the
weeks.
snow definitely played a part.
I think the snow definitely played a part. But honestly, I thought Chubb was going to do a lot better than he did. I mean, he scored twice, and that's all.
Yeah, but you gotta remember the Steelers' defense is still really good. Their run defense. And,
Yeah,
like,
but that's
obviously
now
the Browns are going to become one-dimensional.
that's now 3 weeks with Chubb as the primary back, and I don't know. He just doesn't look the same, to be honest. I mean, I know the
He
Browns.
did at the goal line. He had 2 really nice rushing
No, he
touchdowns.
did, but I know the Browns offensive
kinda
line
booty.
it's bad. It's
He's
injured.
coming off a major injury, Matt. Like his knee
No,
was
I get it.
destroyed.
I get it. I'm not trying to like bash the guy or anything. I'm just saying it sucks that he's not really the same player as he used to.
Sound
I
like
mean,
a disappointed
y'all know
Chubb
how.
fantasy owner.
Do I have him in 2 leagues? Maybe. Was I happy with his performance this week? Yes. Bro, what about George Pickens fighting Greg Newsome during the last
Dude,
play
George
of the
Pickens
game?
is. I love George Pickens. He's
I
hysterical.
don't. I think that's like if one
He's
of my
so fun. The most iconic play was like last week when Russell threw the deep pick, and then he just like instead of going like to get the tackle, he
oh
just
my
like
god,
started
dude,
fighting.
he just turned around
Started
and was
fighting
like
the receiver. Just,
he was like
"Bah, bah,
fight.
bah, bah."
Yeah. No, so
He did the same thing. He did the same thing in this game.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So during
Yeah.
the last play of the game, I think the Steelers were on the plus side of the field, and they had to throw a Hail Mary, and you can see on the all 22 angle, literally fighting Greg Newsome, the Browns cornerback, as the ball is coming down. They like run into the back of the end zone. They're fighting. They're like throwing hands at each
The
other.
security had to pull him off.
The security had to get involved, and I'm like, dude, there's literally a ball in the air. Go try and catch it. It's
He's
crazy.
such an aggressive dude. Let them fight.
It's crazy. If somebody on the Eagles was doing that, I would not be about it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
but
that
they're
right
not on
now.
the Eagles, so that's why I like it.
Ugh.
Let them fight. Let them do hockey fights in the NFL.
So you know it's crazy.
Let the guys throw some punches. You know.
Oh, that would be crazy, right? You just let them like the
Just
referee.
let
The
do it like
referee's
hockey
like
fights.
the referee's like, you ready, fight. Like
Let
be
them
crazy.
fight. They got helmets on. They already all have CTE. Let them go at it.
That's true. So
If they're gonna take away the guns, let them punch each other at the very least.
bring back guns.
Bring back guns.
What a callback. What was it like? What was that like week 5 or 6 or something?
Yeah, they took away the guns.
They took our
Bring back the
guns.
guns.
They took our guns. You want to hear something crazy? So
Yeah.
the 3-8 Browns have a better divisional record than the 8-3 Steelers and the 8-4 Ravens.
Yeah, they have the best
crazy.
divisional record in the division.
That's crazy. But they're 3-8.
Yeah, no. Wow, wow.
Did you have anything more on this one, Kai?
No, snow games are great.
I love snow
I
games.
love Jameis Winston,
All right, let's move on.
and let them fight.
Let them fight. Bring back guns. Anyway,
Um,
let's go to Sunday. Let's get a
Signs
let's
are
get
the
a
big
couple
ones.
of these. Let's get a couple of the snoozers out of the way because I know we've got quite a lot to talk about.
We got a lot on this episode. Snoozer
Um,
number 1, Lions Colts.
Lions Colts.
Honestly, the
Lions
Colts
win again.
I think it would have been closer if Anthony Richardson made like plays, but like it was inaccurate again. He had like less than 50% completion. But like there was that one touchdown that was at like I think it was Mo Alley Cox in his hands and he dropped it.
Mo Alley Cox,
And then
baby.
there was another one like he just barely overthrew.
Best name in football.
I think it would have been closer if Anthony Richardson was like actually accurate quarterback, which is his biggest knock.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
that's definitely a fair.
Yeah, he was 11 for 28. It's not very good accuracy wise.
Yeah, Lions won 24-6. They weren't met with much resistance.
Dominant. A little banged up though. David Montgomery had to leave the game with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, he came. I think they were gonna bring him back.
Now questionable with it.
Yeah, I saw that. What's up with that now? Knee injury. It's a new injury.
I don't know, Matt. It
so
looked a little more banged up.
He had the calf injury. Now he's got the knee injury. You see, J-Mo was fined for that Marshawn Lynch thing he did against the Jaguars.
Yeah, and the NFL posted it.
Bro, so the NFL made that picture the thumbnail of the highlight video for the Lions and Jaguars. How fucking hypocritical can you be?
Dude, Dan Campbell called them out in the press conference.
Campbell called him out, yeah.
Campbell called him out.
Fucking
They've been doing that this whole time.
Campbell's a man, dude. Campbell's a man of the people. I love that guy. I love that guy. Fuck the NFL. Fuck the big money machine.
Yeah, get sideline cams with the fine money. Use the fines to pay for the sideline cams, and maybe I'll forgive you.
Bro, bang. If you find J-Mo 20K, you could put boundary cameras in 5 stadiums, minimum.
Yeah,
minimum.
All right, next game.
Next snoozer. What I got?
Dolphins.
Yeah, sure. Dolphins are red hot. It's 3 in a row now.
Dolphins are a little 3 in a row, little streak.
So they started 2-6.
Really good with Mr. Tua Tagovailoa.
Winners of their last 3. Only 1 game under 500. They are the God. I just posted this today. I should know. I want to say they're the 9 seed in the AFC. They're on the bubble.
Sense.
They're like right there. So yeah, Dolphins over the Patriots 34-15. A-Chain scored twice in this one. Tua had, if it'll load, I believe he had 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. 4 passing touchdowns.
4 tutties.
But he did turn the ball over. Because he's Tua turned the ball over.
Tua did not turn the ball over.
Oh, no, he didn't. It must have got called back. I thought he did.
I don't think he did.
Wah.
317, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. Need it twice.
Pats have nobody.
Dolphins are red hot. Yeah, Pats are in the tank.
Pats O-line is terrible.
Pats are in the tank.
Pats were like all O-line was like just giving up sacks.
Yeah.
How many times did he get sacked?
Probably a lot.
Find that.
Only 4.
It was a lot.
It seemed
Only
like
4.
a lot more though.
Yeah.
It seemed
Plus,
like a lot more.
It was either that or holding.
Yeah.
How many penalties did they have? Jesus, it was a lot.
It seemed like a lot more though, didn't it?
It did. It was just like, oh. Yeah, the Pats had 10 penalties for 75 yards.
Dude,
yucky.
They were grooming Gerard Mayo to be like the Belichick successor for a long time. And I know it's early. I know it's early in his tenure, but like you got some questions about the guy.
Did you hear what he said at the press conference? He was like, once they cross that white line, I can't fucking do anything.
What is he talking about?
Like the players, once they cross the white line to get onto the field, he's like, I can't do anything. They just have to execute.
Interesting. That doesn't sound very coach-like to me.
Does not sound very coach-like. But he's probably gonna get fired.
I
don't know. We'll see though.
All right. Next stinker.
Giants.
Yeah, Bucks Giants.
Another stinker.
Baker
Giants,
Mayfield.
Stinky.
Tommy Cutlets.
Baker Mayfield.
Dude,
same person.
I'll say it again. I love Baker Mayfield. I hate him when
I concur.
If the Eagles are playing against him, I fucking hate him.
I do not want the Buccaneers in the playoffs. If you are an Eagles fan, such as me, or you are a Lions fan, you do not want to face the Buccaneers in the playoffs. They're built to destroy our teams.
It's crazy.
They are way better than their record shows.
Oh,
they should be. If they didn't get hurt, they would probably be running away with the NFC South.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like all their losses are like 1-score games, except
100%.
for like their blowout against the Broncos, which is weird. But I mean, the Broncos look good. So like, was it weird? I don't know.
I don't know.
But the Bucks scare me. Atlanta is low-key being ass. Can they please not choke the
Dude,
division? They beat the Bucks twice. Please do not choke Atlanta for the love of God. And
I'm
honestly, I think they're gonna choke.
I
Because that's
might
what Atlanta does.
I might put a hefty amount on Tampa. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the favorite to win the division, despite
The
not being
problem
in
is
first.
like with what Atlanta has, which I don't remember what Atlanta, how many wins they're up.
What do they
But
have?
Atlanta's like,
They
is
have
Atlanta 6-5.
loseritis. 6-5. Bucks are 5-6. Yeah, dude, Bucks are
So they're a
5-6.
game. But they have the tiebreaker though. That's the biggest thing.
They beat him
They beat
twice.
him head to head twice.
They beat him twice, so that'll play in huge.
Like,
But
the Bucks have to win another game than Atlanta. They have to win 2 more games than Atlanta.
Imagine this though: the Saints keep winning, and it's a 3-way tie, and the division record is thrown out the window.
The Saints are done, Matt. They are the worst team. They are the worst team in that division. I stand by it.
I'm still hoping.
You are incorrect.
I'm in over my head on New Orleans, but I don't care. Dude, how about Baker? How about Baker being the only person to notice the fumble on the?
Oh my god, that was hysterical.
Dude,
The Giants should have had that. That could have changed.
Oh
the
my
game.
god, dude! Early second
That was
quarter.
like how many points? Yeah, it was how many? They weren't.
They were
up
right
by
at the
that
goal
much
line.
at that point, and they could have returned that for a touchdown.
I think it was 7-0. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Bucks fumbled. It like kicked off somebody's leg, which I still don't know how he didn't notice.
They hit off
And
Brian
then
Burns' leg.
literally rolled around for like a good like 2 or 3 seconds, and then Baker just comes sprinting out of nowhere because he like handed the ball off and turned, and then dove on the ball.
7-0 at the
Crazy.
end of the first. That could have changed the whole game.
Yeah.
The Giants just picked it up.
Also,
turned it.
also, how about Baker Mayfield running down the field to block for Bucky Irving when they're winning 30-7 in the fourth quarter?
Mhm.
Down the field, dude. He got fucked by his family this week. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. They like stole
Bro.
like $14 million. Remember?
So he's suing
Families are
for
rats.
he's suing for $12 million against his father's company because his dad was transferring
And his
money.
brother. His brother was
Yeah,
there too, I
his
think.
brother. Well, no, his brother's high ranking in the company, but
Uh-huh.
he's suing against his father's company for $12 million because his dad was transferring money from Baker to the company between like 2018 and 2021.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Nuts.
Last thing on this one, actually 2 more things. Malik Neighbors is pissed off now with the Giants because he was complaining about not getting the ball enough. That's not good. Don't want your star wide
He's
receiver
going to
to
get
be
the
unhappy.
ball on Thanksgiving. Spoiler alert.
Oh, okay. Here's the stat I was telling you about earlier.
Little
So
teaser.
the Eagles and Lions are 16-0 since losing to the Bucks. That's crazy.
The Bucks do not want,
I had to
you
say.
don't want to see them in the playoffs. Did you not
Yeah.
want to see them in the playoffs?
So
Please
Eagles
do
in
not go
week
to the playoffs.
4, Lions in week 2, both lost to the Buccaneers. Have not lost since. So let's hope they don't run into the Buccaneers again. All right,
That would be very scary. I do not
let's
want
get into a little bit more substance. Titans, Texans. Titans take the win. 32-27
DJ,
in regulation.
so are we all in occurrence that the Texans are going to be the 4 seed in the AFC and then just lose in the wild card to whoever the 5th seed is?
Yeah.
I think that's just inevitable at this point.
I think this proves. I think this game right here just proved to me that Texans are one and done. Like,
yeah.
they're.
I mean, they're going to win the division because the division is so ass.
The division's terrible.
But
Oh my god.
they're going to be one and done.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they were a year ahead on the rebuild anyway. Like they were the second worst team in the NFL 2 years ago.
It's a sophomore
And then
slump.
they won their division.
It's
Big sophomore slump. The Texans' O-line's ass.
Yeah, I mean they don't have a good O-line. It's banged up and it's not good to begin with. So like it's really not good. Yeah, this just kind of proves to me the Texans aren't quite there yet. Even though, like you did say, they were a year ahead of schedule, right? It's a sophomore slump. Shit happens. I actually be nice to Will Levis this week. He actually looked pretty good in this game.
Did you see his pick though? That was terrible.
Yeah, he still threw a pick, which was pretty bad. I'll look the other way this time.
And he was also sacked 8 times.
Yeah, they were getting. Bro,
so I don't think he looked pretty good. I think just
he looked
Titans in
okay.
general
He looked
were
okay. Honestly,
okay.
he made some good throws. He made some
He
good
threw
throws.
a pick. He lost a fumble.
He made some good throws, Kyle. It's good for
He
him.
made some good throws. Good for him.
So a few days before the game, some reporter asked him, He's like, oh, have you seen any improvement since returning from injury? And he said, well, I haven't thrown the ball underhand or chest past it, so I'd say that's an improvement.
Yeah.
He's so goofy, dude. Such a goofball.
I mean, honestly, if Kaimi Fairbairn can make a freaking chip shot field
Yeah.
goal, they might have won this game.
Yeah, I mean, completely valid point. So he missed.
What's up with kickers nowadays? They're so
I don't
ass.
know, dude. Like they're either
Especially in like clutch moments.
they're
Oh my
either
God.
great. I feel like they're like either great or they just miss when it matters. You know,
Yeah.
like a lot of these
like
guys
past 2 weeks, a lot of fucking misses that basically lost teams.
bad.
Games.
We'll get into a couple of those. Don't you worry. There's a couple more kickers we have to address.
But yeah,
this
I
week.
think Texans are locked as the 4th seed and gonna lose to the 5th seed.
Yeah.
Like just if
So
you can bet that now, bet that now.
who's the I'm just trying to see who the next closest team is. I think it's the Colts. Because the Jaguars,
Colts, but they're not
are
that
the
good enough to
bottom.
do it, and the Jags aren't gonna.
the Jaguars are the bottom of the league of that division. All right, here teams and standings. Let's see.
I know this week I think is our first week that
Yeah, so it's
teams
the
could be
Colts.
potentially eliminated from the playoffs.
You are correct. Everybody is still mathematically in.
But not after this week. There's
Not
some
after
teams
this
that could
week.
be eliminated.
The Giants, the
Giants
Raiders,
could be eliminated with a loss.
the Jaguars.
The Dallas is eliminated. That's title convention. Oh, the Patriots could be eliminated. The Raiders could be eliminated. Jacksonville could be eliminated. Also the Bills
Yo,
could
what
win
up,
the AFC
Ryan?
East.
Ryan Delgado joined.
Oh.
Let's go. He said he wants his turkey ball predictions. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Stick around.
Biggest game of the week.
Don't you worry. Tighten up. It's funny. We're speaking about the Titans.
Yeah.
What about Stroud running out of bounds on the last drive of the
Yeah,
game?
he Arlaski'd it. Jimmy
Bro.
Garoppolo'd it.
Oh my God. Like, what do you do? The awareness, dude. The awareness is just not there. It's crazy.
Wah, wah.
Crazy to me. So yeah, the Titans the Colts are in second place in that division. They're 5-7. But I believe Houston beat them twice. So they should get in, they should win, and they should probably lose in the first round. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
3 teams can clinch playoffs this week. Detroit can clinch the playoffs. Bills can win the AFC East this week.
Yeah, it's nuts. That's nuts.
Which is nuts. And then
I mean,
KC can
could you imagine?
KC can clinch a playoff spot.
Could you imagine if Tua didn't come back? Like they would have clinched already. Like that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
All right. This game was crazy. Cowboys, Commanders. This had boring written all over it. For
my Lord.
3.5 quarters.
Entering the 4th.
Bro, so this game right here, 41 points scored in the 4th quarter. Both teams combined for 19 points in the previous 3 quarters. All 41 points came with under 8:30 to play in the game. That means they were averaging almost 5 points a minute for the last 8 minutes. That's
Jesus Christ.
crazy to me. That is nuts. So Aubrey got the ball rolling with a 48-yard field goal. I believe the Commanders either punted or turned it over or something.
I'm pulling up the play-by-play. I can tell
Cowboys went on a touchdown drive, scored with 5.5 left. Commanders came storming back with a Zach Ertz touchdown. Kevontae Turpin took the ensuing kickoff the distance after what was, that was almost a disaster, right? The ball hit off his leg, rolled to the 1-yard line. And he did the insert Chris Berman going, whoop!
Whoop!
One spin move, and he was gone. Took it to the house.
That's such a dirty play, too. You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As I was saying the whole game.
Yeah. Commanders get within Seibert field goal range and make a 51-yard field goal. Where are we at then? Then
51-yard field goal.
Cowboys,
Dallas punts.
Cowboys
Dallas goes
recover. Well, dude,
out.
Cowboys recover the onside kick before we get into the craziness.
Yeah, okay.
Cowboys recover the onside kick, and then I think
Go
Russ
3
was
and out.
He was like sacked on the second down, and then they try and throw it, right? Didn't they try and throw
Yes.
it? Oh no, he did try and throw it on second down. They tried to throw it on second down.
Yeah, and he got sacked.
I think the Commanders had they only had one
It was a
timeout
rush
left.
for -2. Then they called timeout.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush sacked for -6. Call timeout. And then 3rd and 18. Rico Dowdle 7-yard run.
So
And then they punted to Washington with 40 seconds left.
They punted, and then on the next play, the Commanders' first drive or play of that drive, 88 yards, Terry McLaurin to the house. Might have been 86.
Yes, our Aaron
actually.
stat of the week. How many times has Aaron watched the Terry McLaurin 86-yard touchdown? Twice. How many times would have Aaron watched the 86-yard touchdown if the Commanders have won the game? 200.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Fact. That's it.
So McLaurin houses it on what was terrible coverage by the Cowboys, by the way. I mean, I don't think anybody even touched him. And then Austin Seibert, I mean, guy was coming back from injury. I think he had missed earlier in the game. Shanks the extra point that would have tied it. And so the Cowboy, or no, what? Then they went onside, right? And then they tried to did your camera get disconnected? Okay. We lost Kyle, but I think, did we still have your audio? Oh, no. We don't have Kyle. Well, it still says we have your audio. Does anybody watch? If anyone's watching right now, please confirm if we can hear Kyle. I'll wait for you. Just in case we can't. Just in case we can't hear Kyle. Where are you? We're waiting for Kyle, guys. This is what we do on this show. We wait for Kyle.
Oh my God, it's fixed. I think, right?
You look to be frozen. Can we hear Kyle?
Hello?
Let me just pull it up on my phone. Why don't I? How professional I am. I'm going to pull my own podcast up on my phone. Let's see if it's working. Pull my own podcast up on my phone.
Technical difficulties, folks.
Let's see. Yeah, we can hear you. Okay.
Okay, sweet.
That's funny. All right. Where were we? Yeah, McLaurin to the house, wasn't touched. What a call by Joe Davis, by the way. The touchdown call. He's like, lightning strikes twice in Washington. Crazy. So Seibert misses the extra point to tie the game, and then the Cowboys return the ensuing onside kick attempt from the Commanders back for a touchdown. 41 points in one quarter. My stat for you, Kyle, is through 12 weeks, the Lions have as many touchdowns at AT&T Stadium as the Cowboys.
This game wasn't even at AT&T Stadium.
I know. That's still my stat, though. For those at home who are wondering, the Saints have the most with 6. Just so you guys know. So the Cowboys,
also, as I said, they're the only team the only professional sports team of the 4 major sports that hasn't won a game at home in the year of 2024.
You think it's funny that the Cowboys can't even tank, right?
I know, it's hysterical. I love it.
I mean, they do stave off elimination for another week. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what should matter. That's what keeps the game competitive. So, it was a great win for Dallas. They definitely needed it. Shocking for the Commanders. So, what's your take on the Washington football team right now?
Cliff Kingsbury is upon us.
They're falling off it.
I think they're falling off of it. They're the 7th seed right now, which is low-key kind of nuts.
Yeah, dude. They're starting to plateau
I think their
a little
schedule's
bit.
pretty easy. They should still make the playoffs. And even as a Commander fan, you were literally the second worst team in the league last year. You should be happy with it.
Yeah. I mean, come on, like they were way ahead of schedule anyway. The fact that they're even in the playoff conversation at this point was kind of miraculous to begin with. So I wouldn't take it too personally. I
Plus, their
wouldn't
defense
be.
is still low key kind of ass.
Yeah, yeah. They still need some help on the defensive side of the ball. So,
Mm-hmm.
Commanders fans, rest easy. You're fine. You'll be fine. All right, let's move on
Couple injuries though,
to
but whatever.
who got injured.
Brian Robinson and then Austin Eckler.
Oh yeah,
Brian Robinson
B-Rob
hurt his
got
ankle, and then
B-Rob got
Austin
hurt.
Eckler got another
Oh,
concussion.
then Austin Eckler got concussed. Yeah. So if Seibert doesn't miss the field goal, then Austin Eckler doesn't get hurt because he got hurt on the onside attempt.
Yeah.
Or he got hurt.
Wow,
No, it wasn't. I was on the kickoff, wasn't it?
I think so. I'm not sure when he got hurt, but he got
remember.
hurt.
He got hurt because he did something. I don't know. All right, Vikings, Bears. Vikings take this one 30-27 in overtime. Bro, what a game is right. I mean, Bears looked dead in the water. We had another onside kick attempt. This one was successful. So I honestly think this is arguably Caleb Williams' best performance today. I don't think it's really too arguable. I think this was his best performance. So 32 of 47
looks significantly better since Shane Waldron got fired.
Significantly. Absolutely. So Williams was 32 of 47, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 6 rushes for 32 yards, and he led 2 scoring drives in the final 90 seconds of regulation. The Bears did get the ball first in overtime, and I was like, I'm going to steal this game. They're going to win right here. They went 3 and out, punted. Vikings got it inside chip shop field goal range. John Parker Romo kicked the game-winning field goal. So they did end up losing. Kyle, who broke the Bears?
The Commanders broke the Bears.
The Bears are broken, and it was done so by the Washington football team.
Fixed?
Bro, Eberflus
broke them.
Eberflus is a goofball.
Eberflus's record in one-score games is like what, 5 and 20.
It's horrible.
Point?
It's so bad.
Actually horrible.
The man does not win close football games. So they asked him.
Bad.
They asked him why the Bears challenged that 69-yard, nice by the way, catch by Addison. That was like totally obviously a catch, and he said it was because the play was explosive.
You got to challenge those.
He goes, it always warrants a challenge when you have that big of a game, even if we don't have the best look at it. Like, the fuck?
Is this like, oh man, I really wish that didn't happen.
Yeah,
challenge. It must not have.
Is Matt Eberflus just Nick Sirianni in disguise?
Maybe. Dude. Honestly, that's worse than anything Nick's ever done. Justifying a challenge just by saying, yeah, it was explosive and we just didn't want it to count.
Yeah, we just didn't want it to count. That's
Might as well challenge it, shits and giggles.
The Bears were stupid for going for it for 2.
It's like me when I throw money on like a hard 12. I'm like, it could hit. It's explosive.
It's fine. It'll hit. Don't worry.
That's my justification. Like when I make like a 10-leg parlay, it's explosive.
It's explosive. It'll hit.
Gotta throw the flag or throw the cash when it's explosive.
Yeah. Dude, did you see Caleb's throw on the run in the first quarter?
Dirty
to DeAndre's? Bro, that was crazy. That's better than anything he's ever done I think.
So far, yeah.
That was nutty.
He's low-key looked pretty good in recent
He has.
weeks.
He's gotten...
see how he goes.
I was a big shitter. I was shitting all over Caleb at the beginning of the season. I've continued to do so throughout the season, but I can honestly say
he's... I think it's more so results of
better.
The O-line and Shane Waldron being a terrible coach.
Dude, this Shane Waldron guy must have been out of his mind or something because they've been putting up points now. Like they have not been putting up points. So the Bears continue to have special teams problems though. They had to let another kick get blocked, which is it was like almost in the same manner as the one they got blocked last week against the Packers, which was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another win for the Vikings. They moved to 9-2. So Minnesota is, despite being 9-2, they're actually the 5 seed because the Lions are 10-1.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Thus is football, though.
Thus is football.
All right. Let's get moving. Oh, I think we got one more
One more in the 1 o'clock window. You got
which
the
was
Panthers and the
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Tell me about that one, Kyle.
This was a game I called from a mile away. Bryce
Yeah,
Young
dude. You
is
nailed this one.
goated. Bryce Young has less Super Bowl losses than Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady combined. I am fully on the Bryce Young train after being on the Bryce Young hate train for almost his entire career.
Dude, get off.
But now I
Get
love
off.
Bryce Young. I've always been on the train until recently. I've always been on the Bryce Young train. Actually,
Stop.
not to be joking, but like he actually looked really good
He did look
this
pretty
week.
good though, didn't he?
And
He did
they
look a lot
honestly
better.
they could have beaten the Chiefs. Chiefs defense
Dude, their Chiefs defense, they're
was
starting to look a bit sus
dude.
right now.
Their pass rush. If I was looking up the stats, they're like not good outside.
It was
of Chris
bad.
Jones.
It was
And then
bad.
their cornerback too. He let up some Willie Snead or whatever, right? Or is that Willie Snead's a Saints wide receiver?
I don't even think he's in the league anymore, bro.
Yeah, he's not even in the. He's not
Xavier
even a
Legette?
defensive player.
Xavier
Not
Leggett?
Xavier. No, I'm talking about Chiefs corner. What the
Oh,
hell is his name?
Travarius Ward?
Travarius Ward. No.
Legarius Sneed. That's who you're thinking
Legarius. No, he's not on them anymore.
of. Oh no, he's not there anymore.
Trent McDuffie.
Trent
Jesus
McDuffie?
Christ, dyslexia. Not that good.
You got me. You said Willie Sneed, so I was thinking Legarius Sneed, and I'm like, wait, he's not. on the
Yeah,
team anymore.
I got mixed up. But honestly, the Chiefs. I
So-
am even more emboldened from my take from last week after this game.
I was gonna say. So last week you mentioned the Chiefs' collapse is imminent. So I think
concur.
you've got some more
I have
validity.
more faith in Andy Reid than I did Nick Sirianni, but I do not like
That's a fair
the
statement.
direction the Chiefs are going. Because I remember the Eagles when I was super optimistic, and before my hopes and dreams were killed by the Niners, and that Cardinals game was when that did to me. That was when like my hopes and dreams of Eagles was dead. That New Year's Eve ruined the year. But anyway, everybody was saying like, oh my God, no Super Bowl champ has ever like won without like having multiple blowouts. The Chiefs, every single one of their games except for like one, are all one-score games.
It's crazy. They don't beat anybody by.
They have like I think every single game they've been trailing at halftime.
They don't beat
trailing
anyone
or within a possession. At
They don't
halftime.
beat anybody convincingly. You're right.
don't.
You're 100% right. Like we were
And
all over this one too.
Little appy teaser for the feast. The books are still giving them a shit ton of points.
Take advantage of it.
And if you can get 7 more points on that,
Let's do it.
oh baby,
Let's do it.
a little tease of the tease of the
The tease of
feast.
the tease of the feast.
Tease of the feast. But Bryce Young actually looked pretty good, and honestly, I'm pretty hopeful that the Panthers outpace the Saints, and I think they can.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's another L. And guess what? Saints didn't lose this week because they didn't play.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right. 4:00 hour. Arizona, Seattle. Seattle takes this one 16-6. I felt good about this one, even though I got the game wrong. I actually picked the Cardinals in this one.
As did I.
We won't talk about that though. I nailed exactly how this game would play out though. It was like it's going to be a defensive struggle. Literally one of the, I think, was it the only touchdown? Or was it? No, there was one.
There was 2 touchdowns.
No, Smith and Jigba had one, yeah. So, yeah, one of the only...
Smith and Jigba had a touchdown.
There were only 2 touchdowns in the game. One of them was defensive, so there was only 1 offensive touchdown the entire game.
Yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigba, who went off this game. There, he's been playing phenomenal.
I was forced
6
to
for
start...
77 and a touchdown.
I was forced to start Tyler Lockett, and I was like, it's going to be JSN. It's going to be JSN. It's going to be JSN. And it was JSN, because why wouldn't it be?
Dude, can Trey McBride get a touchdown?
Dude, does he not have any this year?
McBride he has a rushing touchdown, but he has no receiving touchdown.
It's crazy, dude. His stat lines are nuts. It's like
he was 12 for 130.
Yeah,
and he did not get
crazy.
a touchdown.
Dude, his stat lines are always like 15 catches, 77 targets, 158 yards, 0 touchdowns. Every single week. It's crazy.
He's so good though.
That was a very consequential pick 6, as it turned out to be. They're just very off on the timing by Kyler. What about James Conner finishing with 8 rushing yards in the game? Neither team could run the ball. It was very, very surprising. I think Walker only had like 41 yards himself, but
Dude, the Cardinals and Seattle, their defense has been picking up a little bit. As we
Dude,
said last week for the KBTs, that we thought the over under was way too high because the
yeah,
defenses have been
yeah.
playing really well
It was
lately.
crazy high. It was so high. Oh,
It was like 54.5 with the tees.
yeah. With the tees, it was
What did you get?
54.
22?
Yeah.
You could have reversed tees and still got
This
it.
was one of the only bets I hit on Sunday. I took this straight, and then I took some other shit that hit straight, and everything else lost.
Broncos.
Very upset. Oh, yeah, that was the other one. That was the other
You want
one.
to just transition to that? Seattle's now first place.
Good.
They were last.
Yeah,
2
so
weeks ago,
Seattle,
and now they're
bro,
first.
Seattle up 6 in the standings in the NFC. They were out of the playoffs, and now they are the 3 seed. Crazy.
They were bottom of the NFC West 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And now they're at the top.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Crazy.
if you're in the NFC West, you're either 6-5 or 5-6. So.
Well, yeah, if
fair.
you look at the big picture like that.
Yeah.
Broncos,
Raiders.
Broncos.
Broncos, Raiders. Broncos win 29-19. Weird.
A little bit of
score.
a slow start for our boy Bo Nix.
Yeah, dude. I was actually I thought they were on upset alert here. Raiders took a lead in a 13-9 lead into the half. Broncos responded with 10 straight points. Raiders responded for the field goal. And then the Broncos scored again, and by that time it was too little, too late for the Raiders. Minshew ended up breaking his collarbone in this one.
He's out for the year.
So he's out for the year.
Sounds like Aiden O'Connell should be back.
Frustrating end to the season. Yeah, so Aiden O'Connell, I'm assuming, will be back now. The Raiders should just lose every game on purpose now. They should just intentionally tank for the number 1 pick. Because they need it. They need a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback, so they definitely need that pick, which makes sense. Another win for the Broncos. They moved to 7-5. Raiders dropped to 2-9.
Very solid team by Peyton.
Yeah, very very well coached.
Bo
Sean
Nix.
Payton coming into
If
his
Jaden Daniels
coming into his own in Denver.
Bo Nix could take that Rookie of the Year slot away from him.
No, you're so wrong.
Maybe.
No.
Oh, Will Anderson to Jalen Carter. Could happen.
No. Incorrect.
Could happen.
All right, let's move on because we got one more game.
One more Niners Packers
in the 4:00 hour. That is.
Which
49ers Packers.
The ABC streak.
Yeah, we're sorry about this one,
I
guys.
think pretty much. I think the big thing on this is that the Niners are falling apart physically. I think their window is closed.
Dude,
they're like an older team.
The door's barely ajar.
And I think this game also gave a little more money to Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
because of how ass they play with a backup.
That's true. Yeah, no Purdy.
I mean, what do you do if you're the Niners, man?
No Purdy, no Bosa. Brandon Allen, problem.
Not that good.
The 49ers were too injured. Where have I heard that before, Kyle? Where have we heard that excuse
so
before?
many times?
Oh my god, dude! And how about Debo not even speaking to the media after the game? Like
Debo's such a bomb. He's gone.
Such a heel.
You're not
man.
gonna be able to afford him next year. He's gone.
He's such a heel.
Bye, Debo.
I don't like him.
I hate him.
If he wants people to not like him, he's doing a great job. Dude. I don't like him.
He really is. I don't like him either.
Yeah, the Niners just looked extremely discombobulated. Like I think at one point they were called for like back-to-back too many men on the field in like consecutive plays.
They had a lot of penalties, which I think was because they were like Brock Purdy's the starter, and then like they were like, nah, psych, like really late in the week.
Yeah, they were very discombobulated. Let's see how many penalties. 9 for 77, so not not good.
Doing that.
Not good, not terrible.
But they were like penalties that like killed drives.
Yeah, no, they were consequential penalties. I'll give you that. They had 3 turnovers.
Like honestly, they were on pace to cover earlier on, and then they just like sucked.
Yeah, dude, McCaffrey fumbled again, lost it. Brandon Allen fumbled, threw a pick.
Yeah, McCaffrey looked mortal.
Rude. McCaffrey, 11 rushes, 31 yards. That's it. Crazy, man. Crazy. Packers win 38-10. It wasn't even close, dude. What's frustrating is too that I mean I knew the Packers are going to win. Like you could just kind of tell by watching it. But I was
You could
just
tell in like the first quarter, and I
I
was
was
like, God damn it,
holding
KBT's is cooked.
I was no. I was holding out hope. I was like, come on, make it close, make it close. So, find some way to cover. I think at one it was 24-10, and they
I
were
think when the
driving.
nine,
Remember that? It was
yeah,
24-10. They were driving, and then I think it was either the fumble or the interception. I think it was the
I
interception.
think it was the interception. When that happened, I turned the
Yeah.
game off, and I
When
was
that
like,
when that happened,
KBT's is dead.
I was like, yeah, we're fucked.
Yep, it was the interception.
Yeah.
Because it was 17-7. They were driving. He threw an interception 3rd and 8 on the Green Bay 45.
Yeah.
I was like, well, this game is over.
I was like, we're done now. We're done.
Also, the turnover on downs. That was
that was not that
at the
was not
beginning
good
of the
either.
second because they were also driving. I was
Mhm.
like, but then the Green Bay went through and out. I was like, oh, we're still in it.
Yeah.
And then the pick happened, and I was like, well,
Hey,
the KBTs is
don't
not hitting this week.
don't look now. Green Bay is 8-3.
Wow.
8-3, dude. So
Yeah,
despite the inconsistent play from Jordan Love, who did not throw an interception this week, broke that streak finally.
first time of the season.
First time this season he did not throw an interception. I mean, granted, it was against a banged up, discombobulated 49ers defense.
They had lose to the Vikings?
Yeah, they lost to the Vikings. They lost to the Vikings.
Rams, and Eagles, the 3 teams that are above them in the standings by record in the NFC.
The Rams aren't.
They didn't lose to the Rams.
Who'd you say? Lions.
Lions,
Vikings,
Lions,
Eagles.
and the Eagles.
You're right.
Yeah, the 3 teams they lost to are the 3 teams above them by record in the standings.
Yeah.
So,
Green Bay, good team.
good team, though.
Sunday Night Football. SoFi Stadium.
I don't want to. I know we could talk about our boy, the MVP, forever, but I just want to. We still have a lot more to discuss. It's already 8:30.
Okay. You've got a lot more to discuss.
I think it's just Eagles are the best team of all time, and
Bro.
I had celebrating Lehigh covered the spread. The students threw the goalpost in the end zone. I was celebrating on the city. It had a little too many drinks. Apparently, was told all I would talk about nonstop was the Eagles.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Drunk me was just a little happy, a little excited.
I mean, granted, it was probably
still very excited.
It was probably warranted. Eagles win 37-20.
Low key thought I was gonna jinx the game with how much I was bragging on Saturday, and then I was right. They justified the talk.
They were crazy.
Can't make this stuff up,
dude. So Jared Verse, the rookie defensive end for the Rams, was actually putting together a pretty nice season. He said he's like, I've never seen a running back like Saquon Barkley. After the game, he's like, I've never seen. So Barkley finished with 255 yards on 26 carries, had 2 touchdowns, an additional 47 receiving yards. That's totaling 302 yards. So, like I said earlier,
most all-time of any player.
That's most
in the NFL.
That's more yards than the Giants had as a football team. 9th this week, that is. 9th most scrimmage yards in a game all time, and the most in 9 years. So he did something that someone hasn't done in almost 10 years. Crazy.
Absolutely nuts. I love him.
I think it's safe to say the Eagles' offensive line is doing just fine without Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
They are dominating.
Rip Brandon Graham, though. That's the biggest loss of the game. He was having a great
man.
game,
oh, my God. Dude was ball. So Brandon Graham
might be his last game ever.
It might be, yeah.
What a way to go out.
I know. Did you see his press conference after? He's like, yeah, man, it's torn. If I had to go out, I'd do it like this over and over again. I'm just here for my boys. He was like getting himself hyped up, and I'm like, dude is killing himself on the inside.
For BG. That's the movement now. SB for BG.
So with the Eagles' 9th win of the season, Sirianni has now clinched another winning season and becomes the first coach in Eagles franchise history to start his career with 4 straight winning seasons. What a fucking clown.
I know, what a clown. We wanted him
What
fired.
a clown, dude.
God. He can't. He's winning, man. I don't know how you could say he's not a good coach. He has his weaknesses.
The guys play for him, man. That's what matters.
And they're very loud, but the guys play for him.
At the end of the day, that's what matters.
From his mistakes. Like, every time it's always like except for the Funk collapse last year, which I blame the coordinators. Now, after seeing
I blame the defensive situation mostly in retrospect.
Yeah, but anyway, I think that
Guy's still a goofball.
still a goofball, but like I
Yeah.
love him.
The
I also
officiating
love
was
Abram this
terrible
year. That's
again, by the
toxic as
way.
shit.
Uh,
Yeah.
Dude, my Lotta was being held all night. Literally had an arm around him in one photo that I saw and didn't get a holding call. All the PIs.
They
with
also
the
missed
fumble.
that fumble. If they didn't count that fumble, I was
Oh
going
my!
to throw
How do
myself into the
how
table.
do you call him not down? Like, how do you call him down there? Like, and
No,
why did
not
it?
even that. The fact that they let them on the play when the challenge flag was on the ground because they
Yeah.
didn't see it.
And then they
Like,
didn't.
how,
They didn't
what?
see it. Yeah, and then they had to go to replay
Bro.
to see if Sirianni got the challenge flag down in time, which he clearly did. It's like, oh my
Oh my
god.
god, I was disgusting. I was very upset.
So they're
But and they ended up winning, so I was happy.
yeah. Eagles are 9-2, second seed in the NFC. Rams fall to 5-6.
And honestly, they kind of have the second seed. They pretty much have it locked. I mean, knock
Yeah,
on
well,
wood.
when you
That's
think
like
about it,
worst case scenario, second seed at this point.
yeah,
Because
it's
like
either
I don't see the AFC West coming past them, and I don't see the Falcons or the Bucks coming past
yeah.
them.
I mean, you got a pretty good lead on the Commanders now. I know you got
And you
the
got a pretty
Eagles.
solid lead on the Commanders.
Yeah, and the Eagles have a pretty tough part of their schedule coming up, but I think you've got a big enough cushion where it probably shouldn't matter because you
I
got to
think you have
figure
a pretty much cushion where like I think worst case scenario is the 2 seed.
you got to figure the Commanders lose one or two more at this point. So, all right, one more game, Monday Night Football. Ravens.
The Harbaugh Bowl.
The Harball. Ravens and Chargers. Ravens come out victorious, 30-23. Y'all didn't see my AirPods
As someone
fall
that
off.
watched this game, I think the only reason why the Cardinals the Chargers lost is because they cannot catch the fucking ball. Quentin Johnson is a bust. He
Dude,
dropped
Quentin
like
Johnson
5
had a
wide
rough
open
go.
passes.
He had a
It
rough
was
go at it, didn't
bad.
he? He had a rough
Oh
go.
my lord! If the Chargers just had if the Chargers get like T Higgins next year,
Bro, yeah, they need a receiver. I'll tell you,
healthy.
Lad McConkey's a pretty nice receiver. You know, he reminds me
Yeah,
of
but he's not like a 1 though. He's like I could see him being like a really solid 2.
maybe.
He's not like built to
He's
be
a slot
1.
guy. He reminds me of
Yeah, he's like a Adam Thielen, Julian Edelman kind of guy.
I was gonna say Julian Edelman. He
Hey,
reminds me
Julian
so much
Edelman.
of Julian Edelman, the way he just
But
carries
that's
himself
not
out
an
there.
alpha 1. You need like what they wanted. Quentin
Yeah, I
Johnson
mean
to
he's
do
a
when they
one if
drafted him.
he's a
They
one
need
if
like a T Higgins.
yeah.
They need like an alpha.
Well,
dude.
Julian Edelman's a one if you have Tom Brady thrown to you, but no, I get what
Justin
you're
Herbert's
saying.
still really good.
I get what you're saying. I agree
And
with
the
that.
O line low key didn't play. The Ravens pass rush from just watching it was
Bro,
really on top of
the
top of
Ravens
Justin Herbert.
defense balled out. They really did. They put Herbert in his place.
I
They
have
held.
to disagree a little bit there, Matt.
Why?
Statistically, I think they did, but I think that if the Chargers could catch, I think they would have won.
I mean, they held Herbert to 220 and 0 touchdowns. So, you tell me.
Well, yeah, because like they couldn't catch the ball.
How many? I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'm not gonna look it
Just
up.
from watching it, I don't know how to. Look
I
how many
saw
drops there
2
were,
or
but there was
3,
a
and 2 of them were
lot
from
drops.
Quentin Johnson had 2 or 3 drops.
Quentin Johnson, I know, had like 5 targets and no catches.
He
Probably most
maybe
of them
had.
drops.
He maybe had.
Just himself.
3 or
Joshua
4
Palmer
drops.
had some drops.
Yeah, Palmer dropped
and
one.
They
That
got
was
a
the
lot
other
of
one.
pressure on him. I think if they had a little more O-line protection, they would have hit some of these deeper throws.
I mean, he
I
looked
just think
okay on
that
the
they got
ground,
a little-
actually.
I think the feeling that the Ravens defense is fixed now, that people might get just from looking at the stats and the score, I don't think that is correct.
No, I don't necessarily
from watching
think
the
that.
game, I do not think that I think the Ravens defense is still their biggest liability.
It is. It
I
is.
think that
It
is the
is.
reason why they will not win the Super Bowl.
I don't disagree with that.
I think it's why
don't
they
disagree
will
with
lose
that.
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I just think their
I'll tell you what.
offense though is generational. Their offense is
Oh yeah.
so good.
So Lamar now leads the NFL in passing yards and passing touchdowns, which is something I never thought would happen, but it's true.
I mean, if I wasn't like wearing this jersey, I'd say he's MVP. But obviously,
He's MVP, bro. Stop. He's MVP. The Ravens are nothing.
It's
without
quarterback bias.
Yeah, but it's him though.
Saquon
So
is the GOAT. The Eagles would
hey,
be garbage without him.
if he does that again, then maybe I'll change my team.
Like, there's probably like I would say there's 4 games. The Eagles would have lost like 4 more games if they didn't have Saquon.
It's arguable. All right. So those are the games from week 12. I know Kyle's been itching this entire show to get into what are you calling it? The KB Feast?
The KB Feast.
Because it's Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean, technically that's the later games. I mean, I guess Thanksgiving.
He's got more. Don't worry.
We
Don't you
have the
worry.
KB feast.
We got
So I was
more.
a little disappointed
Take it away.
at the I was a little disappointed with last week. I kind of was sad that we didn't hit it because the Kyle Shanahan hit his cards with the Brock Purdy injury. Obviously, we do this podcast on Tuesdays, but guess what? It's Thanksgiving, so all the games are on Thursday and one on Friday.
Let's
So I was like,
go.
you know what? You know what rhymes with teas? I call it the feast. And not only that, I love more than just the Thanksgiving. You need the leftovers, and you're gonna eat the leftovers on Sunday. So I have two KBTs. Take one
Oh,
feast teas. Then you can
wow.
eat the Thanksgiving Black Friday teas. You can bet the Sunday teas, or you can combine them into the feast teas.
How about you do one for Thursday and one for Thursday, Friday? Bet that straight. One for Sunday, bet that straight. And then you combine both of them because what if they both hit? Big
And
brain
that's
activity.
exactly what I did. That's
Big
plus
brain activity.
1,000 odds.
Oh,
If you bet all 8, they all hit.
lay it on me,
Electric.
Kai. I'm
Here
ready.
we go. Obviously, with the Thanksgiving, I was limited. I had to pick the 4, but this is my thinking on it. I don't know if you're gonna like it, but this is just me watching the film, watching the games, and my general feelings on these teams. So first leg is Chicago plus 17 going against the Lions. I think the Lions are a little banged
Wait,
up.
what did you
They
say?
have a lot of what?
What did you say?
Chicago plus 17.
Oh, Mike.
I think
Bro,
Chicago.
I'm already.
Hear me out. Hear me out. You have research.
I'm already out on it.
Bears have looked pretty decent, having followed Shane Waldron. It's a divisional game. Those are always funky. The Lions are pretty banged up right now. Montgomery, I would be surprised if they sit him just because like they're 10-1. They have wiggle room or whatever. Amon Ross shows up with this knee injury. The Bears defense is low key pretty good. This plus the Bears, the only times they've only not covered 17 points twice this season, which was I have to double check. I know the one was against the Cardinals, but that was also with Shane Waldron. And the Cardinals defense, I think, is still low key pretty good.
Was that when they put up like 3 points?
I think the other one was against the Pats, but I have to double check because I think they
No,
might
the
have
final of
covered
that score was
17.
19-3.
So they did not cover. No, they would have covered there, right? Because that's
Yes, that's 50.
yeah,
That's
so,
17.
so there's only one game they didn't cover. The Bears defense is still pretty
pushed.
legit.
They pushed.
They pushed there. So
No.
I think that
No.
they
16,
didn't.
16.
16. That's
Tripping.
16. So they've only the one game was against the Cardinals. Also, the Lions, all their like blowout games are against like really bad quarterback teams.
Didn't they almost beat him last year on Thanksgiving too? Didn't they like blow it?
No, last year they played the Packers and they blew it and they lost. And they haven't won a game in Thanksgiving since 2016. I still think they're gonna win, but like the games that the Lions blew out the other team was Anthony Richardson, inaccurate as hell. The Jags with Mac Jones. They won 10 against Jordan Love, but like he threw picks. He's inconsistent. Will Levis and the Titans. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. So like their big blowout wins where they would not cover this plus 17 or whatever is actually there was also Seahawks, but I think 17 would still cover there. 17.
Stand up.
Yeah, so that one would still also hit. So like the ones against the garbage quarterbacks are where they're not covering or where they're blowing out the 17. And that's a lot of points for a divisional game, Thanksgiving, short week. Give me the Bears plus 17. That's my justification on it.
All right.
Ooh, what is it?
You've convinced
me. That's my justification. I
like
it. I like it.
You've convinced
Next game. This one might need a little more convincing. But give me the Giants plus 10.5.
10.5? What are you? Oh,
10
yeah.
10.5. Giants plus 10.5. I think the Giants are desperate. John Mara is being like, bruh, this was absolutely the worst week in the media.
This
ever
one's
for
got
you.
me. This one's got me.
You have to
itching.
do this. I think the Cowboys, if you look at the Cowboys, they've never beat a team this season by 10 or more.
And they're at home, and they haven't won a game at home yet. So
they're at home. They haven't won a game at home either.
Even if they win,
also,
maybe it's not by a lot.
Neighbors, if you remember, he's arguing that he wants the ball. Who torched the Cowboys last time they played, and he got hurt, but he torched them.
Malik
Malik
Neighbors.
Neighbors. They're gonna
Okay.
feed him.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
think that the house, like before, and all their scoring and whatever was at the last 4 minutes, and it was all funky plays: a kickoff return, an onside side return. It was like a
Okay.
fluky ending.
I'm
And
with
it's
you.
you don't go back to back when you have a fluky ending
I'm
like
with
that.
you.
So
Kyle,
give me Giants plus 10.5.
I'm with
I
you.
like it a lot.
I'm with you. I'm
The
with you on that
next
one.
one, a little bit of a story here. Story time. Next one, I really, really wanted to go Dolphins. I think they could win. Dolphins plus 10.5.
Ooh,
But
at Green Bay,
the
too.
game is at Green Bay. Tua is garbage below 30 degrees. But I've been watching the Dolphins. They've looked pretty good. Honestly, their defense has looked really good. The Packers, like I said last week, which is part of the reason why I was really high on the Niners, and if Brock Purdy was healthy, I think they would have covered the line. I think the Packers, they haven't really impressed me. Throwing the ball, Jordan Love's been a little inconsistent. Until this past week, he hasn't. This was the first week he didn't throw a pick.
Mm,
Dolphins' run defense was pretty good against the Patriots, and pretty much that's the only good thing they could do is run it with Ramondre.
fair enough. Fair enough.
So I mean, I
And
wanted to do Dolphins, but with the cold weather and the Packers being hot, I don't like it enough where I'm a little nervous. But I think the score is inflated right now because I think people are too high on the Packers and too high on the not too high, but the
Tua high?
Dolphins are playing in cold weather.
Would you say
So
they're
I like
Tua
the
high?
under actually here. I think this is Dolphins are fighting for the
Oh,
playoffs
okay.
lives.
Okay.
Packers, I think, are a little
Okay.
comfortable, and I don't think they're that as explosive. And I think the over under line's a little overinflated here. So give me the over under, and I believe that puts you at 53.5. So I want the under for 53.5. Sunday night game, short week. Those are always low scoring. And the Dolphins defense has been playing pretty impressive. Packers offense hasn't wooed me. Packers defense is still pretty good. And Tua's garbage in the snow.
Kyle, I'm
So
with
I
you.
like the under there.
I'm with you, Kyle.
And then
I'm with you there. I like that analysis. I agree
like
with that
that.
analysis.
That's the analysis.
I like that.
Then the final part of
I
our
like that.
Thanksgiving tease of the feast is Raiders at Chiefs Friday night, short week. And this is just this is just me being iron on my opinion. Right now it's minus 12.5 for the Chiefs. The Chiefs haven't won a game by more than 8 or 10, I think maybe. They beat the Saints by 10.
You're taking the Raiders
Give me
plus?
Raiders plus 19.5.
Oh, Lord.
That's too many points on a short week.
Oh,
Divisional game.
Lord.
Raiders always play the Chiefs hard. You could
Oh,
argue this is their
Lord.
Super Bowl. 19.5. Have the Chiefs shown you enough confidence they can beat a team by 20 or more?
I'll tell you what, the last 5
Have
times
they
the
shown you
Raiders,
that?
not really. But
They have not.
all right, here's what I'm looking at though. The last 5 times these guys have played each other, the Raiders beat them one time, and then every other time that the Chiefs won, the Raiders have covered that 19.5 handsomely, might I add.
And every team has covered that against the Chiefs this year, and comfortably.
Kyle, I'm with you.
I'm going.
Fuck it.
I'm going. That's too many points.
That's too many points. That's too many points.
It's because they're trying to get the casuals to be like, oh, the Chiefs are the best.
Too many points.
All the Swifties. Too many
That's
points.
a lot, though,
That's
ain't
the
it?
point of the tease.
I mean, the Raiders are
That
bad,
aids
though.
a lot of points.
The Raiders are bad.
That's the first tease. That's the Thanksgiving. That's the thanks tease. Now on to the giving tease. The giving tease. Our first one. Give me the Chargers. Plus 5.5, I believe, with the points.
Where are they getting
The
5.5?
Chargers? Is this 2.5? Oh, they're -2 right now. I think that'd be 5.5.
Where is this? Oh, there, Atlanta.
Yeah, against Atlanta.
Oh God. So Chargers.
I think Atlanta. The biggest reason, in my opinion, why the Chargers lost last night is because the Ravens pass rush was very effective, and I think that the receivers kept dropping balls. I think that the Falcons pass rush is garbage. It's honestly one of the worst in the league. And the Chargers, I think their defense didn't look that good, but that was like the Lamar Jackson Lamars. Like Kirk Cousins and all that. I don't think they will. And honestly, if Atlanta wins this game, it's gonna be by like a field goal. Now I don't see maybe a touchdown might kill us.
Fair enough.
But
Fair
I
enough.
do
Fair
not
enough.
see I do not see Atlanta winning by more than like a touchdown at the worst case scenario. But I think the Chargers are going to win the game straight up, and getting them at +5 with like a field goal insurance, I'll take it. I like it. Um, Next game, I got to do it again. I can't. I got to keep doing it. Give me Steelers +10. That's a lot of points. The Bengals, low key, as much as I think they could run the table, especially coming off a bye, they haven't impressed me enough to do that. The Steelers are coming off a loss with extra rest after Thursday night. If the Bengals do win, it's going to be close. I was meaning to look this up. I didn't get the chance to actually double check it. But what is Joe Burrow's record against the
So the
against the
Bengals are
Steelers?
actually favored in this one.
Yeah, because they're at home.
That's
Joe Burrow's
crazy.
3-2 against the Steelers, which is kind of nuts.
That's crazy.
But
Steelers beat them twice last year. Ooh.
It's yeah. So I think that man, why can't I see the scores? Or oh wait, there's the score. Oh no, that's not the scores. Whatever. I still think the Bengals. I can't see the Steelers losing by 10 or more, just because like that's just not how they're built. And it's a divisional game. It's going to be tight.
So what are we taking?
Steelers +10. Every time I've done
Steelers
that, they've hit it comfortably.
I think we hit that a couple times this year, didn't we?
It's a safety. It's a safety.
That's a
juice
valve.
pick,
That's
but
a valve.
it's a pick that always hits. So it's a lock.
All
You know,
right,
it's just
all right.
it's very comfortable. So
All
that's
right.
our second of the Thanksgiving. Our next one is give me the Rams +5.5. I do not like the Saints.
Ooh.
Very well known in this podcast.
You're
the Saints' previous 2
hoping.
wins.
You're
The Saints are
hoping.
going off that interim coach magic.
You're
Their
hoping.
previous
Saints
their
or the
previous
Rams
2
need to
wins
win though.
was against the Browns.
Rams need to win.
Where the game was close, but the Browns is how many field goals? They missed a lot. I'm looking it up, but they missed. How many field goals did they miss? Because it was close, but then not. Obviously, they took over, but the Browns missed 2 field goals, and that was earlier in the game when they could have like stayed in it. Obviously, Taysom Hill blew them up later. Then you got the Saints Falcons. Guess what? The Falcons missed.
2 was it?
They missed enough where they would have won the game if they had hit.
It was 2 field
Young
goals.
Waiku missed 3 field goals.
3.
And they lost by 3.
Oh.
Give me the Rams. Bounce back game. Sean McVay.
All right.
He's always good
All right.
after a bounce back.
All right, I'm with you there.
And I got
I'm
a
with
field
you there.
goal insurance. Give me the Rams.
I'm with you there. I'm with you. They
And
need to
then
win.
The
They
last
have to win.
one. In my opinion, this last one's a little bit of a homer pick.
Oh God, no! Just take the over.
The
Just take the over.
Eagles
Just take the over.
plus-
I'm begging you.
That's too many points.
Just take the over.
Give me the Eagles +10.
Just take the over.
I do not
No,
see
no,
how this
I object.
Ravens team beats the Eagles by double
I
digits.
unaccept.
The Eagles defense is too
I
good.
unaccept.
I think that I think it's gonna happen. It's a homer pick. The KBTs is undefeated when the Eagles are a leg. Give me the Eagles.
What was it?
+10. So the second part of it is
10.
Chargers +5.5.
Yeah.
Steelers +10.
Yep.
Rams +5.5. Eagles +10.
There you go. That's what we got.
And that's it. That's
For the
your
people.
thing. That's your KB Feast.
For the people. Take
Plus,
a picture.
180, I think.
Don't
for
have the
both,
odds on me
unless
right
you're doing
now.
DraftKings. It's +180
Draft
for both
what?
of those books besides DraftKings or whatever. They
Draft
have better
what?
odds on teasers, which
Thought
is
you-
crazy.
Thought you said a word for Asian
DraftKings.
people.
It's +180 for both of the teasers individually. Together, it's +1,000.
Wow. I'll have the odds for
Wow.
you because I'll place it. I'll have the odds for
He'll
you
post,
if you place
he'll
it
post them.
on Thursday morning.
DraftKings.
If you place it
Thursday
Thursday morning when I upload my picks and Kyle's picks, that'll be the odds will be reflected of that morning. That's what we'll do.
But that's the research on the feast.
Yeah.
I think that this feast, we're gonna be feasting.
I mean, I like most of it. I gotta tell you, I like most of it. Putting my faith in the Giants, though, and the Raiders, to be honest, is not something I prefer to do.
Too
but
many points.
I'm with you, Kyle. I'm with you.
Too many points, man.
I love
That's all it comes
I'll tell you
down
what,
to.
my bet. I think your best bet this one is
I think
the
these are all
under,
values.
The under and the Packers and
Dolphins, Packers.
game.
I might do that straight up, honestly.
I love that under.
I like that one a lot.
I might not even tease that. I'm just gonna take that.
Yeah.
Take that as is. Take the under as is.
Mhm. But
we
that's it.
got one more game to talk about. Actually,
One more game. The goated game
the unholy Union Devils versus the
is
Route 22 Titans,
22
baby.
Titans.
Tighten up.
Whoa!
Tighten up. Tighten up. So Kyle and I have been doing this little turkey bowl for about, God, over 10 years at this point. It's got to be, right?
I think, yeah, for us
This
at
is
least.
this is turkey bowl 19.
Close to 10 years.
And I think our group of friends that have been doing it have been
I think we
playing
did Turkey
since.
Bowl 10 or 11.
I think my first one was nah, dude, because I've been
It might have been 10. I think the first one we did was 10. It was either 10 or 9.
maybe was the one I played in the first one, or was that the year before?
No,
Or
the year
after?
before there was one. I don't remember. There was one that we did parents and kids, and then we did just kids, and that was like that was
Yeah.
when you and Griffin Hurt picked.
Yeah. That's what we
But
were
we
doing.
got a feisty
Kyle
lineup.
and I were chosen to be captains in this year's Turkey Bowl, the Picks Podcast Bowl, obviously named
Podcast
appropriately.
ball, sponsored by the KBTs.
Sponsored by the KBTs.
KBTs help pay for the paint for the field.
Yeah, right. Honestly, dude. Honestly. So, my team's gonna win, just so you guys know.
Now,
My team. I don't want to put anyone's name on blast in public, but I mean, my team is. I don't know how you let me pick the team I did. I mean, we got some.
my team is electric.
We got some vicious player. Who's your quarterback, by the way? Who's your quarterback?
I don't know who's your quarterback. I've heard rumors that your number one quarterback is injured.
Oh, where you hear that from?
I've heard through the grapevine.
Where'd you hear that from?
Through the grapevine, through my sources.
You hear that from Big?
Perhaps.
You hear that from Big? Big don't know shit.
Perhaps.
Big don't know shit.
Perhaps I did.
Big don't know
See
nothing.
what happens.
Big don't know anything.
Well, we'll report back next pod, see what happens. But I think it's a Devils money line for sure. I think you got to hammer it, and I think you got to hammer the over. It's gonna be an exciting game.
All right. Well, our line, I believe last time I checked, the Titans were minus what was it, 195, 295, something like that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Something like that. I already hammered the money line, dude. Oh,
I
actually, well,
hammered
no.
mine.
I mean, you didn't hear that.
The Bucks are making a mistake
playing.
if they're giving us
I'm
that plus
playing.
money.
Dude. Lay the Titans with the points. It'll be okay. Don't worry. It'll all be over soon. We gotta keep some stats for the viewers next week. Should we do a little side bet? Who has more touchdowns, you or me?
No, because I think you might have more than me. Because you're like you're starting or you
Wonder
might be
why.
quarterback or something. I don't know.
Wonder why. No.
right.
Nah, not passing. Not passing. You can't count the passing touchdowns. You gotta do receiving. Or you don't do rushing. Really.
Well, let's just see what happens. I gotta go to the bathroom. God damn it.
All right. That'll do it for us. Oh, one quick reminder. Next week's podcast is going to be moved to Wednesday.
Monday.
December.
Or Wednesday.
Wednesday, December 4th.
Yeah.
It will not be on Tuesday, December 3rd. And then the Christmas Eve and New Year's Eves will be moved to Monday. But I'm gonna make a post about that.
Yeah.
Kyle, any thoughts? Any last thoughts before we sign off?
Go Unholy Union. That's it.
Tighten up. All right. We'll see y'all next week. Take care. We'll see you Wednesday, actually. I was going to say Tuesday, but we'll see you Wednesday. I'll keep you all updated on the status of the hoodies. Hopefully we have those to you guys soon. Peace out, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace. Watch some football.
Happy Thanksgiving. Watch some football.
Enjoy. Eat food.
Enjoy your family.
Be fat.
Eat all the food. Eat the feast.
Eat the feast. Eat the KBTs.
Eat the KB feast. The KB feast.
Peace out, everybody.